What's up, everybody? Emory Hunt the Playbook here at the 2019 NFL Scouting Combine. Day one, coaches and GMs were speaking today at the podium. So here's some of the sights, some of the sounds, and a lot of what they said today here in Indy.
You ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. So I guess we haven't visited since the end of the season, so I'm sure you have a lot of questions. And this is an important week for us, especially as coaches. This is, although we spent some time in the Senior Bowl and we watched a lot of the players on tape, this is a great event for us to get a lot of exposure to the players in this year's draft. This is the time of year, obviously we got free agency on the short horizon here, and you know, the draft is certainly another place where we're going to try to answer some of the questions that we need to answer regarding our roster. You know, I think last year we made progress from a year ago, especially late in the year. I think we played offensively. I think we averaged 28 points the last 8 games of the year. When we finally started blocking better, you could see the production of the quarterback and the runner was better. And we played a lot better from that standpoint. I think special teams contributed well, and we did some good things on defense, but I think it's safe to say for us to finish games the right way and win enough games to get in the playoffs and compete for a Super Bowl victory, win a championship, we need to get better. And this is the time of year when you do that. So this is an important event. Since the last time we spoke, went through the process, we lost 3 coaches who went places for really promotions, which I've learned along the way it's important to let guys explore that. So Lou went to become the defensive coordinator at the Bengals. We lost Deshae, who was our #2 secondary coach, to become the main secondary coach at Chicago, and then Robbie Leonard left to coach the inside backers at the Dolphins. So we hired Henry Baker. We just recently hired Everett Withers, and then we also hired Mike Dawson to coach outside backers. So I got 3 new coaches, and so that's sort of what we've been doing in the background. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Coach, what more can Saquon Barkley possibly do?
Well, I'd like to see what he did last year, next year, and you know, I think along the way, you know, he was having great success. But when he was asked about it, he said, I'm just starting, you know, I just really need to focus on the details of what I do. And he did that all year, and I think that's why he had a season like he did. He's training hard. He's doing what most players do this time of year. They get away. But I've been in, you know, contact with him mostly through text, but I saw him recently out on the West Coast, and, you know, he looks like he's doing what he needs to do.
When do you get involved? You're able to say that if Eli is your starting quarterback for 2019?
Well, I think Eli can help us win games, and he proved when we started, the players around him started playing better, that he can play at a very high level and help us win games. So, yeah, at this point, I want Eli back. He's back. Get ready to go with him.
When do you
so you fully expect him, just to be clear, you fully expect him to be back this season?
I fully expect him. And again, you're going to ask me about particular players. Dave will tell you, and he's going to speak to you later, I'm a body collector. I want to keep all the players we have and add a lot of new ones. And so I really feel that way. I really feel that way about Eli.
When do you get involved in the evaluation process as a coach, and how much is that is similar to what you used to do back when you were a college coach?
Well, I'm intimately involved in it. You know, both the free agents and then obviously the draft players. And so it's very collaborative. We all want to hear what everybody has to think about every player in every situation. We talk about it frequently with ownership, and we just try to make the best decision. And if it's a matter of, you know, this player is no longer going to be here, let's get a guy that's better. And so that's what we're trying to do.
What's it like to have Kyle be a part of this process?
For the position, as some other guys, and that's why this is really an interesting process. You've got some small college guys that have played well, and then you have guys that played on a big stage that, you know, have done a good job, but some of their success is based on the fact they're playing with great players. So that's what's really interesting about this, is trying to predict and then pick the one that's going to have success.
How hard is it to balance between what is a developmental trait as opposed to is this guy maxed out, so to speak, as a player?
I think it's a little bit subjective, you know, but you look at the young man and, you know, you just kind of look at him and you say, okay, this guy's got potential to grow and get better. You know, I think at this stage all the players do to some degree, but some certainly have, you know, more room to grow than others.
How does it affect your